Hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of Interior Design. My name is Marianne Bill, and I am a media practitioner at Glonax Commercial Agencies. Glonax Commercial Agencies is a real estate company that is based here in Nakuru City, Kenya. We are located at Gatehouse, 5th floor, Suite 506. I'm just going to be shedding a bit of light on my background career. I did study media at Daystar University. Hey Daystar, proud alumni. I did study a course called Electronic Media, where I specialized in television, film, and radio production. The entire process to it, from scripting, editing, filmmaking, everything to do with it, even acting. So it was a whole package. Now, as I went on to study, when we completed the course, most people are rushing to media houses to find vacancies there, to see how they can be a part of media houses, the likes of NTV, KTN, just to mention a few. Okay, so I took a step back and thought to myself, what about the corporate space? What is it lacking? Because at that time, my big brother had just opened a company, and I remember he'd struggled a lot to find people to come and film something he wanted to share, something he wanted to do. And I thought to myself, I could repackage myself and become a media practitioner in a corporate space. So that's where really my decision to work with corporate spaces came about. So as I went on, I've worked in few media houses compared to the corporate companies that I've worked with. Fast forward to 2020, I made a bold move and moved to Nakuru because I was looking for greener pastures. Most people, yes, go to the city to look for greener pastures, but I had to come here to look for greener pastures. So I came here, I worked with a media house, but then I still wanted to go back to the corporate space. Now, with my passion of web design, which I also do, I came across Glonax Commercial Agencies, and I met with the director of the company, and I shared with her my interest of wanting to plant a media house within the office so that we're able to create content, communicate to our clients through the content that we make through our social media handles. So it went well, and she managed to give me an office, a media house inside Glonax Commercial Agencies, and it's here where we get to create all the content that you see on our social media pages. So in this episode, I'll be taking you through the Glonax creative media space. Okay, so I'm just going to be talking about the poster that is right behind me and the intention of creating what you see on the poster itself. So I'll be starting with the name Glonax Creative Media. Now, Glonax and media had to be red because red is a symbol of passion, is a symbol of excitement, and it is a primary color in our logo. It has to feature there so that it is able to be represented to it. Now, passion and excitement has to go very well with creativity. It is almost impossible for you to be creative and not be passionate about what you're doing. So that also had to communicate that aspect of creativity to it. So right below it, we have the DSLR camera, which of course had to be red because of our primary color, which is on the logo, and what I've just mentioned of how red communicates that aspect of creativity. Now, the DSLR camera is what we use here at Glonax Commercial Agencies to create all the content that we give you. We create photography, videography, amongst others. Beside the DSLR camera, we have our social media handles. That was very intentional because I wanted to capture the attention of anyone entering the room. Whenever they enter the room, they can see the DSLR camera there and able to see our social media handles, and you need to encourage them to subscribe, to follow. So it was very intentional to serve that particular purpose. So above our social media handles, we have our logo, which is so majestic. We love our logo, to be honest. It is what carries Glonax Commercial Agencies, and this whole poster is really nothing without the logo because it is it is Glonax Commercial Agencies. So that is about the poster, and if you look at it from a wide angle, you're able to look at everything brought together to communicate to anyone entering this room, and to also create an atmosphere of creativity, an atmosphere of passion and excitement whenever we create our content for our social media. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the furniture of the room. The chairs are black to represent the color on our logo, which is black. We have red and white, and our furniture is brown, just to make the room blend in with the black. And our file cabinet, which is white, which also white is part of our logo, so everything has to be represented. So when you look at the whole room from a bird's view, you're able to look at everything coming in together to represent our brand, to represent what we stand for as an agency and as a real estate agency. Okay, so I'll now be going into the technical bit of content. I know you may be wondering, how is this content created? So as I mentioned earlier, is that we use a DSLR camera to come up with content, but first we start with scripting. We have to lay down on paper, what do we want to say, what do we want to put across, so that when everything is right on paper, the camera can now come in to bring the vision to life. When the vision is brought to life, it is in raw footage. We have the sound system and we have the camera system. So we now bring the script into words. We present to you, okay? Now after we present it to you, we put in the software. There are 3 softwares that we usually use to create our content. I'll start with the Adobe. The whole software is called the Adobe Suite. The Adobe Suite carries numerous softwares, but we only use 3 in our case. We have the Adobe Premiere Pro. That is for video only. So after we've captured the footage, the video, the clips, the short clips, the clips that have errors here and there, we have to now put them in the Adobe software. We have the timeline where we put the sound and the video at the top. Now the sound and the video has to go together so that it brings up a blend. You have to mix the transitions, we have to make sure the lighting is right, the sound is right, the audio gain is perfect. Also how it ends, we also have an opener, an intro and an outro, just to make it into a program. Now, after we do all that, we have to put lower thirds. That is our names. Who is speaking? Is it Marianne Bill, media practitioner Glonax? It has to be very well indicated. If it's a guest we have, it has to be indicated. Our social media handles have to be indicated as well, so that as you watch the program, you're able to see what is the social media handle. We have it there. It has to be perfectly indicated. Now the colors that we use in our lower thirds and in our text is also very, very specific. It is very intentional. It has to carry the colors of the logo. We like the red background with white text to make it stand out, and we kind of mix and match the whites, the reds, the blacks in all the contents that we do create. Now, that is about video. When you go to audio, we do have a podcast, and you can check it out on SoundCloud. We even have it on our Facebook page. You can check the link. Whenever we do podcast where we talk to the diaspora community, for example, we use a software called Adobe Audition. Adobe Audition is very specific to audio because there are features that are there that are not in the other softwares. So we have to mix sound, we have to mix music, and even in video, I forgot to mention that we also have to mix music. We have a specific background music for that. And also for the audio, the Adobe Audition, it has to have specific background music, opener, intro, outro. That is for audio, okay? Now, when you're editing audio, there's a way you have to cut them out. You have to expand the waves so that you're able to listen through everything. If something is amiss, you have to highlight the wave in white, and then you have to take it out and bring it together to make sure it is very coherent, very cohesive, and has a flow. Now we have the Photoshop. That is where we create our posters whenever we are selling land, or for all our listings, our property listings. We also create posters for them apart from the videography. Now for the posters, Photoshop is a very detailed software. So all the tools that are on the left side of it, they have They have meanings, they have purposes, they create rectangles, text. You have to use it to align images correctly, arrange them correctly. Sometimes we arrange them, then I have to sit down with my colleague just to hear from her. It's also a way we create our content. If I come up with the content or we come up with the content, we have to sit down together to critique it. It has to be perfect so that we're able to bring content to you that is amazing. So that is about the technical bit of our production process. This is a fully fledged media house at Glonax Commercial Agencies. Aside from us creating content from our services, we also have programs, believe it or not. This is a very unique angle we decided to take. We have many services that we offer as a company, from conveyancing, landscaping, project financing, all through, as you can see them on the screen below you. All these services have specialties. We have experts in all of these services, and we invite them to our programs. We have a program of tax returns that we did. We also have guests on board, and whenever we set up, we have to make the mood appear like we are in a, it has to be KRA, Kenya Revenue Authority feel. So also the feel of the video is very important. How we place the logos, how we communicate, what is presented. Now, whenever we set up, we have to set up the lighting. The lighting has to be perfect. And then we come to the sound. It is pointless to have good lighting, good video, and the sound is poor, because sound is what people want to hear that. So we have a Panasonic microphone, which is also a condenser microphone. It is omnidirectional. Omnidirectional means it picks sound. If I'm sitting on this side and my guest is sitting here and the microphone is on the side, it can pick sound in a balanced way. It is not unidirectional. So that's the type of microphone that we are using here at Glonax Commercial Agencies and Glonax Creative Media Room. We also have the DSLR camera. We're using Nikon D3500. D3500 is great for video as well as photography. That's why we chose Nikon, because it can do both very well. We have the cable that connects the microphone to the camera. Sound has to be perfect, because if we only use the camera, we'll have poor sound. So we need to have a microphone with its stand where we feed sound to the camera and we have content to you. We put it in our software, we streamline it, we get rid of the blips, we get rid of maybe, for example, as we were recording this video, maybe we had an interruption. We now use the software to get rid of that, so we can remain with what is perfect. So we hope that you continue to enjoy our videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're going to learn so much about real estate, about investing, tax returns, conveyancing. We are a one-stop shop. Everything that you need to do for investing in land, construction, name it. From you making a decision to purchase land, to constructing, to moving into it, to interior designing the house and actually living in it, Glonax Commercial Agencies has got you. Follow our Facebook, as you can see on your screen, our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. Talk to us. Visit our offices. We are located at Gatehouse, 5th floor, Suite 506. We are happy to serve you. Be a part of our family and see you next time. Bye-bye.